All right, we're ready.
I was like, okay, intense. All right. Just go?
Yeah.
Which one am I aiming for?
You
Anyone.
can aim for whatever
Yeah.
you want.
I don't want to hit you.
Well, he'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry. Just
Aim lower.
Oh, there we go.
That
Okay.
counts. That counts.
That counts, yeah.
What's inside of it?
Did you ever sneak out of your house as a kid?
I was
literally such a goody-goody. No.
never, not even once.
Not even once. I know I'm the most boring person in the world, but
I didn't either, so I get it.
my mom is terrifying. No, I did not do that.
All right, Amber,
Not
your
once.
turn.
I'm gonna shoot 2, and we'll keep going for a few
Oh,
more rounds.
yeah, yeah.
Can
Oh my
we do
gosh,
that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to answer all of them.
So there's some good stuff in here. All right.
Okay.
I can't believe you never snuck out.
I'm a
Did you
goody-goody.
ever even get in trouble?
Yeah.
You had to have like detention or something, right?
No. I mean, I was like a goody-goody. Yeah.
Golden
I'm
child.
boring.
I bet your mom is like, no, she's my favorite.
Woo!
That was
That
really
was
aggressive.
You might have split the cup. All right, question is, have you ever stolen anything?
Yes.
What have you stolen?
I stole a street sign.
It was
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is it hanging up in your house?
Yeah. It's,
I had a lot of friends that did that. I had a lot of friends that did that.
did you do that?
No, I didn't. I'm scared.
If she never snuck out, I don't think she ever stole anything.
Yeah, right. I'm going to have to, like, kidnap you and be like, no, we're going to steal street sign. Because you have to have a driver, and then you have to have somebody who, like, hangs out the window and, like, jiggles the sign off. Like, it's a process.
I'm sure I've stolen something, but I just can't think of it.
Street sign. We're going to go steal street signs.
Okay, I really do want to.
All right, one more. Here we go.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ah.
All right, you can either answer what was the last thing you cried about,
Oh.
or did you ever fail a class in school, and which one?
Okay. I'm going to answer that one. So, yes, I didn't fail. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't fail, but it was the first time I ever made a C. And this is the truth. I was a senior in high school, and it was Spanish class.
Same.
And at the time, I was dating someone that his main language was Spanish.
And you failed?
And I failed.
Or you got a
Well,
C?
you gotta see.
I got a C.
And
I was
what
like,
happened?
All of this is wrong. I got to get out of here.
Do you remember anything from Spanish class at all?
Yeah. Yeah, because my teacher hated me. Hated me because I could not grasp it. And so anytime she would call on me, she was one of those teachers too that, like, she'd be like, does anyone know the answer? And like half the class would raise their hand and she'd pick someone that didn't have their hand raised.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's the
she was
worst.
one of those. And I would always just say, yo no sé, which means I don't know.
And what was the last thing you cried about?
I cry often because I'm emotional. I honestly don't know. I probably cried about, I cry a lot when I have to bring my dog somewhere where I'm not going to see him for a while. And I had to do that because I'm leaving for a week today. So
Oh,
maybe I cried then.
does he also cry? Is like he really?
No.
No. He's not as
Because
attached.
when he goes to a farm, so he has he gets to swim and run with other dogs and have
Oh.
free runs. So
Gosh,
he's
I
like,
remember when you first got dibs.
I was
This-
tiny.
Wow, yeah.
He's a big boy now.
Look how far you've come.
78 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
That's
a
a
big
big
old
boy.
Do you ever bring him on the bus or like
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. He's really good at it. Because he was on the bus when he was a puppy, so he grew up with it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
All right, so we're here with Kelsea Ballerini. The new album is called Kelsey, and
Yes.
we love the way you released the track listing.
Oh.
You had us up here on contrast, and it was like a whole.
You're the first person to ask me about this.
Yeah, so I did it on my iPhone and I flipped the contrast. I didn't see anything. She did it. She didn't see anything. Billy did it on his computer. Couldn't see anything.
We had a hard time, but thank goodness, Kelsey Central came through and showed it to us.
You can do it on your phone. You know how you can, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Well, not
I'll
here,
show you after
obviously.
this. I'll show you.
Okay.
But we've been doing it all along. So that's the way that we did the track listing. But on every single, you know how it's kind of like a yearbook photo almost, and the things on the side, the title, there's clues on all of it. So on Homecoming Queen, the artwork came out before the song. So there was my favorite lyric, which is zipping up the mess. On Club, I can't remember what what it said actually. On Hole in the, oh wait, no, on Club it said Kelsey, and then the release date. So it said the title of the album and the release date, which was not out yet. And then on Hole in the Bottle, there's stuff on there that people haven't found yet, which is valuable information still because it's stuff that we haven't announced.
Okay. That's some sneaky next level stuff.
It's fun.
Well, and that's the same thing you do with the coffee cups that you sent us with the question mark.
Yeah.
So that's like your thing.
It's fun. I mean, yeah. The thing is, I love, as soon as I know something, I want to share it. I'm really bad at like a timeline. I'm really bad at keeping secrets. And so it's kind of the compromise of me and the team to be like, okay, we can start leaking stuff, but like only if people find it and figure it out. And I'm like, yes, it's a good meet in the middle.
So I feel like Taylor Swift was always so great about having those little clues. And I love to see that that's something you're doing because it's a lost art. It really is.
Well, I think it's just this whole generation of artists because everyone always wants information and new music and new art and new information all the time. So it's, I think, a fun way to deliver it.
How many things would you say are left for a hole in the bottle for people to figure out?
It's just, like if people are asking me if I'm touring, and there's already the answer that exists.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even in the Homecoming Queen video, we had the name of the album. We had LA, the song LA that was put out. We had a hint to that. And then we had a photo of me and Halsey. And people like didn't get it.
Wow. And how did the Halsey collaboration come about? Because Amber was telling me y'all were singing karaoke.
Like,
yeah,
I've seen videos of you guys just singing karaoke. But how'd you guys become friends? Because that's a friendship.
It is a friendship. So I've never had collaborations on my records before. And it wasn't for lack of trying, y'all. Everyone said no to me. It's so true.
Are you serious?
It's so true.
Wait, who said no?
I can't tell you, but it's so true. So on this album, I was like, I only want collaborations if they're my friends. Like I don't want to go to like some pop star that I don't know. I don't want to go to some like country person that like I just want their people to listen to me. Like I just want to do it if it makes sense to me. And so with Other Girl, she played Ascend here in Nashville. And I went backstage afterwards and we just like clicked. Hung out all night, went to Santa's Pub, did karaoke, sang like Fleetwood Mac for hours.
Yeah, okay.
Drank Coronas like it was our job. And that night, actually, it was so crazy. We all, her and her whole team, ended up back at my place, and she played me the first cut of Without Me.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy, and I was like, yeah, you should probably put that out. It's pretty good. Anyway, we just became really fast friends, and so I wrote The Other Girl maybe a month later, and I was going to LA a few weeks after that, and I called her and I was like, hey, can I come over? Can I play you something? And just played it for her, and she dug it, which is cool.
Wow. And what about the Kenny Chesney collaboration?
Okay, so this is crazy, you guys. So, a couple of years ago, I was getting ready to go play the PlayStation Theater, which is in Times Square in New York, and it has like a scrolling billboard. And so Kenny was up there a few weeks before I played, and he saw my name on the scrolling billboard in Times Square and took a photo of it, got my number, and sent it to me and said, I'm so proud of you, hometown girl, because we're both from Knoxville. And it like was the most encouraging, magical thing that could have happened to me 2.5 years ago. I mean, I like freaked out. Because he took the time and he knew, like, the fact that he even knew me was wild. Like we had met, like you meet a lot of people.
What did you write back?
Yeah,
like, were you like, are you really Kenny Chesney?
What I want to know is, did he like sign the message like dash Kenny?
Yeah, 100%. Hey, it's Kenny Chesney. Proud of you, hometown girl.
What?
Yeah, and so I had his number from that exchange, and that's it.
Okay.
So we wrote Half of My Hometown. I wrote it with people he's worked a lot with, like Ross Copperman and Shane McAnally. And Nicole Gallion and Jimmy Robbins. And so they were all like, we did the vocals like 2 a.m. and they were like, just send it to him. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Because I had said, Kenny's my hometown hero. Mm-hmm. This song is about our hometown. I can't picture anyone else being on this song except for Kenny Chesney. They're like, well, just send it to him. And I did at like 2 a.m.
Like on text?
Like via the text message.
Wow.
Yeah, bold.
Wow.
At 2 a.m.
Wow. And then what? Like, did he write back in the morning?
The next day, he wrote back and he was like, I love this song. It made me emotional listening to it. Because, I think we have really similar upbringings. And he was like, let me figure out like my plan. Because he obviously has like a ton of new music coming out. Mm-hmm. He was like, and let me make sure that I can like do this and do it right. And like a couple months later, we got in the studio together and did the
Oh my
vocals.
God.
And yeah, it's wild. I have a photo that I'll show you, but I wore my Knoxville shirt doing vocals with Kenny. Like he FaceTimed my dad. It was like it's the craziest thing. Yeah, it was wild.
Your parents had to be so proud.
I can't believe that is a thing that exists on my album. I really can't.
Do your parents still get like starstruck by somebody like Kenny Chesney?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. And so my mom lives in Nashville, so she goes to more stuff with me. So she's good at keeping it cool. My dad still lives in Knoxville, so he's not around it as much. So when something happens, like him like getting a FaceTime from his daughter and it's Kenny's face instead of his daughter's, like he can't keep it cool, which is precious to me. Like precious.
Is that who they freaked out about meeting the most?
Mom freaked out over Kelly Clarkson and Reba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom was like, I'm not okay. And I was like, neither am I, Mom. Neither am I.
I like that your parents are still those people, because I feel like if I took my mom anywhere, she would be trying to take pictures like discreetly, but with the flash on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's how I am. You can't take me anywhere.
Yeah.
When did Morgan get to hear the album?
Oh, I mean, like as soon as I would write the songs and get the demo, he'd hear it.
Are there any about him?
Yeah, there's two. You know, it's funny. It's not a love song album. I don't like love songs. We know this. Mm-hmm. And so it's really hard for me to write them. And so naturally, this album is not full of them. But I have two on there. One is called Bragger, and it's very, I don't know. It's just like fun and quirky, and it's just talking about how hot he is. That's an angle I can get behind. And then the other one is called Needy. It's one of the last songs I wrote for the album, and I wrote it with my friend Julia Michaels. And basically, you know, she's in a new happy relationship, and we were talking about how we're both really independent by nature, and I like to be able to take care of myself. And I think because of that, it was really hard for me to lean into that part of marriage where like, no, you are now like with this person, you're a unit. And this song was really me kind of working through like, it's okay to need somebody. It doesn't mean that you're codependent. It means that you have chosen to trust someone with half of your heart, you know? And the song really talks through that whole thought process of like, oh, maybe I am a little bit needy now. So those are the two angles that I could like put on the record. But I know I need to get better at writing love songs. He's so good at it. His whole record is full of love songs. I'm like, people are going to think that I'm just a terrible wife. That I don't like love you like I love you. But whatever.
Hey, we love in different ways.
Yeah, we love in different ways. That's right.
On your concerts coming up, are there going to be any choreographed dancing? Because we saw a video you put out. Okay.
No, not yet. I mean, I love production. I love production. So maybe one day, probably not this year, maybe next.
Okay.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. I mean, and you would put out a video because you're asking fans to tell you what video to do a dance.
Yeah.
Would you do
It's
that?
so fun. The thing is, I'm trying to get better at moving on stage because I watch everything back. Like I'll watch concerts in full back. And I don't I feel like I look really stiff on stage. So I'm trying to get better at just moving. That's why I'm doing it.
That's so fun, though. And
it's so fun. And it's also, like, I'm so sore sitting here right now. Like, I need to take Advil. It hurts. So I'm like, if that's a workout, then I can get down with that. Yeah. If that's a non-treadmill workout, let's go.
I went to a Thomas Rhett show a few months ago.
He dances.
Oh,
and he had all kinds of choreographed dance. Like, I want more choreographed dancing for people.
I got you.
Dude,
I got you.
I will learn the dances and do them from the audience while you do.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Challenge accepted.
We appreciate you coming by and hanging out and playing.
Guys.
And the album, make sure you get it. It's awesome, Kelsey. And you're very proud of it. We can't wait to hear the collaborations.
Thanks, guys.